I've been struggling, and I'm going to be honest. Being a content creator right now has been draining me lately. I'm tired, overwhelmed, and I'm questioning a lot right now. This is me being real with you of where I'm at. Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Zachary. I am a filmmaker who loves content. Life update. Everything I have went through in this last year. As I'm telling you this, I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I want you to see that with God and purpose and being driven, anything is possible. And He don't put nothing on you more than you can bear. Let's get into it. April 2024. I had just finished up Same Love, Soul Love early April and was managing good. God was good. Everything was moving copacetic. Okay. We was moving pretty good. I had to finish the project Same Love, Soul Love because I received a grant from community partners to produce a short film or whatnot, and certain stipulations in order to, that you want to do to complete the grant or whatnot. May 6th, I remember like it was yesterday, I lost my day job, and it hurt, and that was like at 10:01, and then like 11, my mom, the same day, May 6th, she was diagnosed with lung cancer or whatnot. Now, we thought like, okay, that's 2 blows in the day. It was a lot to process or whatnot. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. So moving on to the ending of May, May 28th, I had went and supported a friend named Sarai, Funny Sarai. And the next day, I got a call. I want to say trigger warning. I got a call that my brother had been shot. And so May 29th, my brother had been shot, and he passed away. That was a lot to process. And it happened right around the corner from my house that I used to live at for 10 years. It's really a hard thing to process. It really is. I was close enough to the scene. Shout out. I'm gonna use different names in order to respect people's privacy. We're gonna call the person that called us Mona. Mona reached out and said, hey, your brother been shot, get over here. I got over there and I saw them working on him. Yeah, that's a lot. My mom was in the Bay Area where she lives. I usually fly her down each month or whatnot. And this particular month is really kind of superstitious for me. Like, I'm like, oh, I had asked her several times, like, to come down because she was feeling down about the lung cancer. I was like, come down, like, let's, come down. She never tells me no about coming down to Long Beach because she get to see 2 of her kids in one setting, me and Pelson. So she was like, no, but the way I look at it, God don't make no mistakes. She wasn't meant to be down there, with everything that transpired. Now we're moving on to June. Now, June is my birthday month. It is. Starting off in June, one of my good friends, Lolita, lost her sister on the 4th. And then also my friends, the twins, they lost their mother on the 12th. So that was May 29th for me, June 12th for Lo, and June 4th for Lo, and June 12th for the twins. It was a lot. Now, in the midst of this, I had an event planned for my 35th birthday, and I planned it that way because, like, why not celebrate and do your requirement of your contract. I was in so many contracts, And it's just, murder is not, someone being murdered is not something that's a part of your life. You don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? So me being in these contracts, is it normal to me? Absolutely. But I was trapped in these contracts, and you know, you want to fulfill those items that you said that you were going to deliver, even through your pain, even through your grieving. So due to the trauma that I saw, like, I was forced to move out of my place or whatnot, and I was too close. I was too close. So by June 30th, I was out of that place. I had been there for 10 years. I was getting ready to buy the couple of ones, but God, don't make no mistakes, so we're moving forward. At the ending of June, I did relocate to San Pedro to rent a room. For the ending of June. July 2024, my mother set a date in Detroit. That's where all our family at, to lay my brother to rest or whatnot. It was very challenging seeing my mom so heartbroken, not being able to do anything to help her. I had to step up and make sure things were handled properly, meaning being the middle person that goes between my mother and others in order to get the things that we needed to get done. Shout out to my cousin Mike. Once I touched down in Detroit, we was locked in. So July was laying my brother Pelson to rest. It was very beautiful. It was at his godmother's house, so we was very thankful for that. After we returned to California, my mother, she had an allergic reaction or whatnot, and she went straight into the hospital. I'm gonna give you a synopsis towards when she got out and everything like that, but she was in the hospital. It was very an eye-opener of how to show up as her daughter, her advocate, her caretaker, and everything. Now we are in August. In August, my mother is still in the hospital. I'm still trying to create videos in order to keep content going and moving, and still trying to, monetize my platforms, keep my mind busy. I want to keep my mind busy. You got to think of that. So that is very much prevalent. Like, each day I'm going up to the hospital from Pittsburgh. She lived in Pittsburgh at the time. Pittsburgh to Concord. And in the midst of that, I moved all of my stuff from San Pedro to the Bay, period. Came up here, and I'm in day by day with my mom. Every day I'm getting her up, making sure she's moving, getting everything done. Because, you got to keep your body moving and everything. So I moved up there and just going to visit mom every day, being her advocate, and trying to understand what's going on and try to really pay attention and take notes. In the midst of this, I am clearing out her house because she was supposed to be moving to where we're at now, but it fell apart, but it's okay. We're here now. So yeah, it was just a lot, like clearing out the house. I didn't live there for 10 years, didn't get no help. A lot of stuff, the other people that lived there could have helped. They could have, but they didn't. So it was a lot of stuff that I had to go through, throw away, and make decisions and everything like that. But, it is what it is. When big boss is needed, baby, I'm going to come. That's why she named me Ashley Zachary. From A to Z. Covers everything you need. Okay, so in August, we're steady moving through. Now we're in the month of September. And my auntie Lily came and really spent 2 weeks out here, and I was so grateful. Okay, auntie really came and just held me down, like, man, because it was a lot. Mom is still going through what she's going through. I'm just going every single day. I got a little routine now. I go in at 7 o'clock, I film my videos, and then I go get mom up at 9 o'clock, and then we go throughout the day. We get up, get the motion going, walking around the hospital, singing, vibing. Beautiful thing. Like, I have like so many clips in my Snapchat where we was just vibing, like really getting things going. And so, you know, there's this again, so I can tell you my point of view of how I showed up as her daughter, right? And her advocate. I can't breach no more than lung cancer, right? Because it's cancer. But anything else, I'm not going to be able to tell you. But just understand, mom was going through it, but mom was getting up and moving, okay? So September is her birthday month. I'm like, well, shoot, since we're going to be here, we might as well get everything really going. Like, so I went on Amazon, bought all this beautiful stuff. I'm going to see if I can import some clips of her birthday. She looking cute, putting on her lashes. It was a vibe. It was just beautiful. You know, no one wants to turn 65 in the hospital, but God is good. So I was very grateful. Just me and Auntie was there, you know what I'm saying, really holding her down or whatnot. So just really grateful. So then October come, I'm still trying to keep up that same energy, but by this time I'm still going every day. I didn't take one day off, because the moment I take a day off, the moment that anything could transpire that I don't know about. And because I'm here, I was up here by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no family up here in the Bay Area. Like, I have to do what I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So every day up there with moms, like, the support is back home, Detroit, you feel me? So I just had to do what I had to do. By October, we're shooting for a date to get out, and things are looking up. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Things are looking up, and my brother Kevin came, so that was cool. Kev came, and we, you know what I'm saying, it was good for him to come, and you know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing. So in October 24th, it was 89 days that my mother was in the hospital, 89 days of going up there every day. And then we shoot it out to rehab. I did choose a rehab facility in Walnut Creek, and I did. Why? Because that's where the people go, so that's where we going. It was the best one I could find, okay? So, period. By November, we still trying to keep the momentum up. I'm figuring out where to film in order to keep it going, and I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I can drive to Walnut Creek because there's heavy traffic. And then I was leaving at 1 o'clock, trying to come back at 5, leaving at 8 o'clock. It was a big mess. Listen to those hours. Then I learned that I could get a little cot, okay, inside the room. So I used to take a nap when mom took a nap, for real, for real. So there were the place where we're at. I'm not going to reveal the name, but they were very helpful, very positive, just really getting some things going. I did have a couple of run-ins, and I had to handle things properly. You know, that pen game, writing, you know, to get everything done. Even, you know, I think this last couple of months ending in 2024, I was being tested because who you talking to? Whoa. Because you get to going with me, you be like, what? But we live and we learn. We don't judge, okay? So we spent Thanksgiving there. I did a seafood Thanksgiving. I think I had I tried lamb. I made some salmon. I didn't make no turkey, but I made some Brussels sprouts and stuff like that. I can't remember all that I made, but shoot, we was there. Okay. So, with that being said, we just taking the days and striding with them, okay? In the midst of this, I'm taking time to finish cleaning out the house. There's still a lot of stuff. I'm exhausted. I'm no longer creating content. I'm just taking in the moments with mom. In November, my cousin B came, which was so nice. It was just beautiful, like having family here and just really holding you down. It was dope. Yeah, so I was very grateful. We get into December, I'm thinking we getting ready to get out before the New Year's, but mom needed the support. In December, we got the win, the victory, remission. Mom was in remission, and by December, we are still there. You know, we're still there. And it's a lot. It was a lot, you know, so we is grateful, you know what I'm saying? She kept pushing and pushing and everything like that. So we spent Christmas there. So I got us some matching pajamas. And yeah, and so we're getting ready for Christmas, and we're thinking she's gonna be able to go home. But she wasn't. So I make the best with the best, baby. I took us some pictures. I got us some matching pajamas because that's what we would be doing if we was in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, come on, Ma, get in the Christmas spirit. But I do understand with everything going on with us losing my brother, being 6 months, 7 months there. She was probably just overstimulated. I just try to uplift and give positive vibes where I can. So as a creator, I'm just sitting on content. I didn't have no motivation. I was trying, but I was just tired mentally, just, man. And yeah, so in the new year, my uncle came, Uncle D came down here from Arizona, so that was pretty dope. And yeah, the new year, they like, we see a date. I'm like, okay. Oh, back to December. In December, I did go to my event for No Mercy for my feature film that I was the executive producer of. And it's on all streaming platforms. Look, Amazon, Apple, YouTube, you name it, we're on there. Tubi, we're there. I did go to that premiere, the screening, excuse me, and it was a ball. And I came back and I checked on my mama, period. Period. And then ending of December, my Uncle D came for 5 days, which was amazing. He came from Arizona. Yeah, so that was pretty cool having him at the top of the year. Very good energy, positive, and we just was going. He was motivating mom, and kind of how it worked in a post-acute. Monday through Friday, you basically have PT and OT every other day or something like that, and you have to be self-motivated. So it was really interesting. I didn't know nothing about it. Their food was really decent. It was a step up from the hospital, so we could say that that's positive. If you are enjoying how transparent I am, smash that like button. So January 2025, we had like a nice little vibe. I bought us some cool stuff, you know, to bring in the new year. 2025, I'm like, okay, Ashley, let's really get it popping. You got to stay focused even through your trials and tribulations. So I'm like, I got this story I've been sitting on, get with my writer. So January and February, I really was working with my writer. By the end of January came, I reached out to a friend from Long Beach. I was like, hey, can you help me move into this new place? He was like, yeah, I got you. So he came all the way up here and helped me move into the place. Like, and look, with AZ, anything is possible. Do you hear me? So with that being said, you know, I was still taking care of mom, going up there while he was moving the stuff. I had everything packed up, so it was all about him moving the items or whatnot. And that was cool for me because I got it done. You know, when you need something done, call AZ. She will make sure it gets done. But it takes a team in real life, so I was really grateful about that. Really, really grateful, for sure. The ending of January is when mom got out. So with the hospital, now rehab, that was 189 days. And so I was there with her. And I did fly in and out, but I always made sure early morning I either left from the post-acute or returned to the post-acute to make sure my mama was good, for real. You got to make sure you got to watch over everything, period. Each day they were prepping me how to basically care for my mom, gave me all the training for the different things that I needed training for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go into too much detail. Just understand there was a lot of training. I did every single thing because I wanted to make sure I understood and I wanted the assistance. February, shoot, now we at home. Now it's time to create healthy habits and get things in order. And so I still had a lot of things that I needed to put up, break out the boxes because I bought everything new. We threw everything away. We have a Warm Springs Home Health where they come out for OT, PT, and nurses aid, and they send the nurse out. So that's good to keep her going with her routine. And then I was still working with my editor for my feature, 2 editors to edit my videos, trying to figure out that. I was now sitting on 13 videos and I just wasn't putting them out. Like just sitting on content and not putting it out. So I was like, oh my God, we have to do something about this. So that was in the month of February. And then I was able, now because I became a caregiver instantly, I did apply for this thing called in-home supportive services. So that was cool or whatnot. Nothing was popping. At that time, still just doing my best or whatnot. Yeah, so we just moving on along. March 2025, my grandmother Ann was turning 90, and oh my God. And in the month of February, I tried to go to Detroit, not Detroit, I tried to go to LA to get headshots done to, you know, that my agent requested so I can start and applying for things, her sending me out on more things. And something happened with this thing called CARE. I'm not going to put the first name out, but CARE. And I wasn't able to make my flight, lost a lot of money. We're going to move forward. So in the month of March, I'm like, I need to go home to Detroit. And I'm not leaving my mom here by herself. I said, because if they would do that for a one-day trip, what would they do for me being out of town for 4 days? Like, it's not healthy for my mental health. I've been had a nervous breakdown. So I was like, Ma, you ready to go to Detroit, baby? She said, yeah. So instantly I was like, my mom was going because I need to go see my grandmother for her 90th. I need to go. So we went back home, baby. Yes, we went back home for 3 weeks, you know. Everybody was a little nervous, but me and my mama wasn't because God got us, okay? And so in the midst of us going home to Detroit, like it was much needed. I learned that there's so many programs here in the city of Antioch, CCC County, where they help you get from point A to point B, but you gotta be in all systems in order to get there. So I'm able to get rides from our house in Antioch to Oakland, and it's very cost effective in a certain like business hours or whatnot. So we got our ride there and we was gone for 3 weeks in Detroit. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, she did take a fall, okay? Look, she tried to get up in the middle of the night, but we ain't pointing no fingers, although y'all know who y'all are. And then the people that was running their mouth, you better stop playing with it. You already know who my mama is, period. So I'm sorry to go left. Okay, I'm gonna come back. But you know what I'm saying, there was still a lot going on. Crash and burn for sure, because definitely talked about it with the therapist. And by this time I started therapy. Yay! I started therapy. So yes, but it was really triggering to see my mom on the floor. So that was something that was very heartbreaking. And it is what it is. Like, you okay? We got the hip. The hip is good. Not it is what it is like that, but like, it is what it is for the people who's running their mouth. That's what I'm saying. Period. Okay, now that I got that energy out of me, now let's move forward. And then a couple of days later, mom, something was going on with mom. I'm not going to disclose. She had to go to the hospital. So by this time, everything is just like, you know, fragile. But a couple of days She only spent a couple of days in there. And then, hey, she went to her friend's 65th birthday party, okay? And she had a nice ball. Like, she was like, go, go. I was like, go, Mark, go, Mark. And she looked cute, okay? So we was able to go. So then 2 days later, it was time for me to go to my grandmother's 90th. And I'm gonna put things on the screen so y'all can see it. Like, being in Detroit gave us a different type of healing, you know, like healing of not seeing everybody since my brother's homegoing celebration, healing of being away from them in a time like with my mom not being at her peak or whatnot. So it was really healing for me, spiritually, mentally, and physically with my body. So I was super juiced, super grateful, like get to love on my grandmother, get to love on my family members. My Zachary family was there, my Johnson family was there. It was a family affair. Hey, a family affair. Yeah, so the month of March, we was popping. And then I got the final draft of my feature. Let's go. Yes, I got the final draft of my feature. And now it's time to get the investors coming in, baby. Yes, 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 okay? Trying to get them. So that was the month of March. The month of April, 2025, baby. Okay, now I was freaking out because I was trying to get someone to watch mom for that day or 2 days while I was going to be gone. And, you know, remember I lost that money back in February. And I was just only going to be gone a day because I wanted to go get my headshots done, right? And I had other medical things that I needed to check out, but I lost a lot of money. So when April came around and my good friend is getting married, Lord, I was like, oh my God. I had to tell her, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to come, friend, because I got, you know. And then the other friend, P, she was like, just take your mom with you. What, you capable? Like, what? She's like, come on. And I was like, duh. But a lot like this, I'm managing everything with my mom. Finances down to everything. I'm managing everything with myself, as I should, right? Everything with my businesses. I still have 2 businesses. I have an LLC and I have a nonprofit organization. So those are still running. So that is a lot of things that I'm managing, right? But what don't kill you makes you stronger, baby. Okay, so with a lot of organization and a lot of praying gets me right, okay? So once my friend was like, yeah, just take her with you. That was the answer. But I wasn't thinking that. That's the thing. I wasn't thinking that. So I had called my friend back and I was like, D, you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to bring my mom down and I'm going to get her Airbnb. Woo, woo, woo. She going to hang out with the friend low. Woo, 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 woo. She was like, okay, period. But in the midst of that, I was going to go by myself. So I had bought my ticket from that Saturday to Sunday. I was going to do a day trip. But then when I said I was bringing mom, we were going to go from that Friday to that Monday, right? I didn't look at the calendar. I got things put in 2 places. I didn't look at the calendar. She had a doctor's appointment on that Monday. So I had to change the trip again from Friday to that Sunday. And when I tell you, we blew through that budget, we did, because it was changing stuff, moving stuff. I was going to do a budget video because I can get budgeted down, baby. I'm AZ. I can get the little nitties and the gritties of how to get things done with a low cost thing. But by the time, look, and then Spirit ain't doing what they supposed to be doing because they out here charging people crazy prices and want somebody to send on the flight for 5 hours, go to Vegas and then go to Long Beach. Ain't nobody doing all that. I need a straight through flight from Oakland to Long Beach, period. It's only an hour. I'm not doing 5 hours. So yeah, you got to pay for the cost to be the boss. So April, we ended up down there. We had a beautiful Airbnb. I'm going to put some clips in so you can see. It was absolutely gorgeous. Me and mom had a great time. The homie Lo came through. Shout out to Bird. Bird is a real one. I'm going to tell you that one right there. She really wanted to see your girl. and they came through. So, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. And then we went to an event, and then we slid by the twins. And, you know what I'm saying? It's always a good thing to see the family when you're there, just really, you know what I'm saying? And I also did slide, and I went by the place where the tragedy happened with my brother. Not intentionally, but it's on a main road in Long Beach on Cherry Street. And it just gave me a weird vibe and an ill feeling. It made me very sad, because then it like sinks in that I wasn't going to see him. And you know what I'm saying? Because usually, yeah, we was locked in for real. And then when I went on to the wedding, oh my goodness. Oh, when I tell you that was the wedding of the century, that was the wedding of the century. It was like being a part of royalty. First of all, it's on a boat. Okay, let's clock that. The colors was amazing. The outfits was amazing. The dress, the dress. The second dress. The second outfit for G-Man. It was purple. It gave me very purple vibes, like Purple Rain vibes, okay? It was just absolutely gorgeous, okay? Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Everything, the traveling to where they're getting married, the waiting, seeing everything happen. I cried. I'm gonna try not to cry right now. When Dee walked down the aisle with her father, oh my goodness, it was just. And then they left. We went to the happy hour. They had these nice little shish kebabs with the chicken on it, and I said, "Oh, this is what royalty tastes like, baby." And then they had some little veggie things, little triangle. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" It was absolutely gorgeous. And then it was time to go in. You sat at your table. When you sat at your table, oh my God, it was just so beautiful. Everything was like thought out completely, like A through Z, period. Like it was so amazing. Like I've been through a couple of weddings. I've been in one with two. I've been in two, but this by far was the best wedding I've ever been to. And when I say that, just even when they kissed for the first time in front of everybody, the doves went through. It was absolutely, I'm still on that high. We are currently in June right now. I'm still high from April. That energy, one more dance. you don't know it. Oh my God, it just had me going, okay? Like it just made me so happy. Like seeing my family in March and then turning around and seeing my friends in April. And because I'm in a place that I'm not familiar anymore, like I'm homesick. I'm like for real, LA bound. Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's so warming just seeing everyone from college, seeing how everybody's grown. Everybody has been doing amazing. So just so thankful. Yes. May 2025. So mom had like a lot of appointments this month. I'm not gonna disclose how many, but a lot, enough to be silly goosey. And then we came upon our couple of 1 years. 1 year on me being let go from my job, mom being diagnosed with cancer, and my 1 year of my brother. So trying to get acclimated in this space continuously, like just also celebrating him. We wore our shirts on his 1 year. And just listen to some of the songs that he would listen to. E40, he was an E40 lover, okay? So yeah. And yeah, so May was pretty cool. June 2025, we're here. Couple of things for June last year. My friend Lo lost her sister on June 4th. June 12th, my friends, the twins lost their mother. So we was hit back to back with things like that. This year we're going to Arizona from the 14th through the 17th. So that's cool. I don't currently know what I'm doing for my birthday, but I'm very grateful. Just in general, taking in the moments. God is good, and so I'm really grateful about that. Couple of things coming up. from May to June, I did do a 30-day sprint on my shorts. And then also I'm putting out 2 months of content, 2 videos a week, Monday and Thursday. And so in the month of July, I'm gonna go back to 1 video a week. Now that I got a proper editor that is doing his thing, I'm really excited about that. Also, I currently have an investor for my feature. Yay! And so that's amazing. And we will be moving back to LA pretty soon. Thank you. Click right here to watch more videos.